Range. Here with your host, Brendan Brown. Third location. Here with your panel. You gotta call them a tag team. Also call them Cleve Bug. You know. So we have Cleveland Spears and the Honorable Chris Gallen.
Cleve Bug?
Junebug.
Yeah.
Junebug. So, you know, last podcast we had, as far as relationships were concerned, we were talking about, you know, first impressions. It was stuff that came up. So this time we're going to talk about lasting impressions. You know, what does it take for that lasting impression, you know? So, Cleveland.
You would do that, man. You would make that go to me, and I guess I can go ahead and talk about it. I mean, this was brought up because of what episode was that?
It was number 37.
37?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, episode 37, there was a young lady who attacked me, and she asked me about my first impression of her. Well, there are things I could have said, but she only asked for the first impression, not the lasting impression. Lasting impressions are very important, mainly because if you hit it home on your first impression, and I say that you're cool enough to talk to, you know, it's great. But when you start talking for real, and all of a sudden other things pop up, you learn about that person, that one small detail that you may not like, you know, may ruin things, or it could strengthen things.
Give us an example.
Well, the example ain't small. Then there's that big thing that just makes you turn your head and turn those red flags on. Chris said he wants an example. The young lady that attacked me last week, she sat there, perfect timing. She attacked me last week and she was saying, what's her first impression? My first impression of her, that she was very cool, that she was, you know, she was very fun to talk to. We had fun because we were both in res life, so we both realized we had no life. So that was one of my first impressions of her. The lasting impression, I probably didn't talk to her for another year or two and a half, something like that. But we, you know, kind of found each other in the comm building, like, you know, like normally people would, I guess. But so we figured it'd be great. After one podcast, we started talking a lot more than we had done before. Realized that we do like each other. That was tight. We were kicking it. Then suddenly. There was a night where I said I would buy her some food. Because I said as a first date, I would buy food on this apparent content, on this apparent video. And so, then she brought out the big wrecking ball when she said, hey, I have a boyfriend. That just about did it for me. That from right there, that just kind of ruined my whole lasting impression that she would hide something like that. Because in the podcast, what she said, we said, are you seeing anybody? And what she said, no. So I'm thinking, homegirl's single, I can just put my foot in the door, be ready to go. But then 5 days later, she busts out with, I got a boyfriend.
While we were at
Dairy Queen.
Thumbs down to Dairy Queen.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that later. But, you know, Dairy Queen, you know, she said, at that point when I was, you know, she was texting me saying, hey, you know, what y'all doing? I said, we eating. Then she's like, oh, cool. So, you know, if I came and got something to eat, you would pay. And I said, yeah, I always said I'd pay for the first date. Then she goes, oh, yeah, by the way, I got a boyfriend. And I said, damn. And I really ain't texted much since. So, I mean, that's that wrecking ball thing, that, you know, that lasting impression that you hid information from somebody. That just, you know, that ruins your lasting impression.
I completely agree. Because I was on hand, as well as others, when this happened, and it was a big laugh. I can tell you that much. As far as I also have a lasting impression that just recently happened. Well, you know, everybody has an ex, whatever, you know, whatever you want to call it. Well, this person is dating somebody now, right? So, okay, you know, cool. I respect all that, you know. Doesn't mean you can't hang out with the ex, huh? You can still hang out with the ex, huh?
If you're cool enough.
You're cool enough, yeah. You know, especially if they're trying to be cool with you.
Yeah, then yeah, you can hang out with that person.
Okay, so you try to hang out with them. Well, let me ask you this. when you're always hanging out with them, whether it's daytime, nighttime, or whatever, knowing nothing's gonna happen, and all this and all that, right? But when their significant other calls, they ignore the phone call. So first thing that comes to my mind when this happens is what? Is your relationship not secure enough to where you can answer the phone while I'm here? You know, is your boyfriend gonna get mad? Because you're hanging out with your ex. I mean, maybe he doesn't want you hanging around me. Maybe he thinks you're gonna do something that you're not gonna do. But if he's your boyfriend, he should trust you. Plain and simple. But yet, after this, she ignored the phone calls, but then she was able to text somebody. She was able to text him. And of course, you know, if you call your girl and she don't answer the phone, and then she texts you, and of course you're gonna want to know why she couldn't answer the phone. But as much as they talk, you know, they pretty much know what each other's is doing. So if you tell him to call when at a certain time, when you tell him you're gonna be free, but then he calls you and you don't answer, but you're able to text, it's gonna be a little fishy, just a little bit. But this is what out of the whole entire situation, but this is what I come to believe. I fail to believe that she can tell her boyfriend that, hey, I'm going to hang out with Chris. Because more than likely, he's not going to want her to hang out with me. Plain and simple. Which is cool, whatever, you know.
Understandable.
That means that with your boyfriend wrong, whatever. But this is the thing that has to change from my part to her. I told her after we broke up that, you know, if you needed something, you know, I'll help you out, you know, because she ain't got no car. She ain't got no car. That's what I'm talking about. She ain't got no car. So, you know, now the fact that she really can't hang around me, should I still help her out by giving her rides? Like if she needs to go to Walmart or Walgreens or Kroger's or whatever, should I still take her? If she needs to go get a bite to eat, should I still take her? Or should I not? Knowing the fact that she says she can't hang out with me and that she feels guilty about it.
Well,
just hanging out with me.
Well, to answer your question,
sitting down and watching TV.
Well, to answer your question, I do believe, you know, you should stick the obligation if you told her for about, you know, you told us that, hey, if you need any help, I'll help you out. If she calls you for it, cool. Help out, you can. But there is a huge but there, literally. And figuratively. But, wow. But the thing is, you have to realize this too. If she's only calling you just to do the things for her, then you have the right to say no. If she only calls you to hang out so you can take her to Walmart and back to her place, you have the right to say no. But if she says, hey, let's hang out, and you hang out, watch TV, you know, do whatever, that's tight. And then she says, hey, take me to Walmart, that's cool. But if she calls it, hey, I need you to take me to Walmart, that ain't gonna happen.
Well, you gotta be careful, because she might use that to butter me up at the end. You know, sit down and watch TV for about an hour, and then, you know, well, before you take me, can you take me to Walmart? You know, I gotta get some, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
kind of bad. If you can just sit
But
there
it
and
comes
hang
to
out
a
with
point.
me.
But it comes to a point where you can sit there and say, you just hang out with each other, and then bam, then she's like, oh, if she goes, like you hang out and then goes, hey, take me to Walmart, or by the way, take me to Walmart, please. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But if you hung out on a couple of occasions without taking her anywhere, and she goes, hey, I need a ride to Walmart.
No, yeah,
And you say, yeah, I'll give you a ride.
well, I guess
But
it's
if
going
she-
to be different now,
Yeah.
because she says she feels guilty about hanging out with me in general, so, you know.
But if she calls and just says, hey, you know, take me to Walmart, I'd say no.
I dig it. Can you dig it?
Solid.
More to come here on the radio.